Hello. This next song's a little weird. Um, last song, uh, Green Around the Bend. I was living in a van down by the Watauga River. Um, and this song, was about 5 years later, end of 2010, I was living in a little sailboat along the coast of Santa Barbara. You might notice a little pattern there. Uh, in general, at that time, uh, the van and the boat, and it was all part of trying to keep the laboratory of my life, so to speak, simple, um, and to not forget the weird little things that we're born with and that we can grow into, and that a lot of the grooves of society can kind of condition out of us those childhood dreams. Um, so anyway, that's part of what I was doing at the time. And this song is about, or at least the beginning of it is inspired by the infamous events around the Christmas light parade of the Santa Barbara Harbor of 2010. Um, so my friend and I had been we were helping this guy Bill in the harbor decorate his sailboat, which he didn't really sail, but for the light parade. Um, yeah, Bill was he definitely was in touch with his weird, um, and it was a very elaborate light setup. Anyway, it came time for the parade, and we were all on his boat, ready to go out and do the light parade. We went to the captain's meeting. He never showed up, and afterwards, we went to the whole dinner thing afterwards, and um, he was nowhere to be found. So we had heard he had rented a room at a hotel right there on the beach there, and we were walking that way, and the whole front street along Santa Barbara coast there was shut down. There was like SWAT teams, Kevlar helmets, the whole 9 yards, and we kind of weaseled our way around and got right up to the place where it was happening, and I ended up speaking with the head negotiator, and sure enough, it was Bill, and he was up on his balcony in his underwear and brushing his teeth, and he would do this weird kind of Bavarian mad scientist accent when he went manic, and it would be like, you know, space and time, it would just be like everything was his movie, and it was like, um, anyway, he was standing and brushing his teeth on the balcony with like TVs out there, and throwing fake plastic guns to people down below. And I was telling to the head negotiator, I said, he's crazy, but he's harmless. Don't shoot him. Anyway, it was this whole thing. They took me to the station for questioning, and long story short, at the very end of all that, they didn't have a reason to break down the door or anything, and he never opened it. So they left, and we were able to just go knock on the door. And he said, "Go away," and we said, "Hey, it's us. Let us in." And he opens the door, and he's got television screens everywhere going, and he tells me every 20 something seconds you push that one, and it was total like psychic delirium thing, and he was like, we were like, "Dude, do you even know what just happened? What?" And he was like, "Oh, the last time they say, oh, just open the door, we just want to talk to you. I spent days in the mental institution. So this time I just don't open the door." I mean, SWAT teams and everything. It was crazy. He was the only one who knew that was how that was going to play out. It was ridiculous. Later that night, he goes out to Denny's and he got arrested, and he ended up for a few days in the mental institution anyway. And it was during those few days I sat his boat for him, and every morning I woke up and another piece of this song came, and it's a weird one called Moonstar Mojo. I wrote it on his boat called Ululani, which means there's a little plaque on it that says it means heavenly inspiration in Hawaiian. Um, anyway, a lot of weird little references. It's a weird little song, and then I ended up identifying with it. So um, it's about me too. All right, it's called Moonstar Mojo. Now this is called a wazoo. A kazoo. This is a kazoo. And this is a wazoo. It's more sonorous. I think it's a Who instrument. All right, Moonstar Mojo. When it's cold outside and snipers have you in their sights, you really know that it's begun. And you know the waiting's over, with the news and negotiators racing over here to me. Everybody knows they're in my movie now. Stand on the balcony and brush my teeth while the whole world watches me. Hygiene's as important as the war. When space and time are in your hands, you lose the fears of normal man. Then you really know that it's begun. Everyone has dreams and revelations that few will pursue without limitations. And everyone has seen the light even before their eyes were open. Stand on the bow of my little boat and gaze out at the sea. As long as I can stay afloat, the world is mine to see. When space and time are in your hands, you lose the fears of normal man. And then you really know that it's begun. Everyone has dreams and revelations that few will pursue without limitations. Everyone has seen the light even before their eyes were open. Ululani, heavenly inspiration that few will pursue without limitations. Everyone has seen the light. Aloha from the spirit within. And we all live in a dream we've created to distract us from our dreams. And we all help each other become cold and jaded and hide each other's wild and childlike dreams. So everyone has dreams and revelations that few will pursue without limitations. And everyone has seen the light even before their eyes. All right. Well, that was Moonstar Mojo. Up next, we got a few months later the song Bottom Up.